everyone. Welcome back to Event TV, where life's an event and you are living it, experience it. So glad to have you back here again today, hearing our amazing guests. We love being able to have you experience amazing people that are out here in the industry that are doing great things. And we have another amazing individual here today. I'm going to go ahead and bring him right up, Mr. Yui Abraham.
Hey,
Hello,
hey, hey.
hello.
Hi, good to have. Thank you for having me here.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. How's it going?
Pretty good. Everything is good.
Awesome. Awesome. So tell us, everyone, who you are and what you do.
Awesome. Thank you, Shanna, for having me again. Hey, everybody. Thank you for watching and joining this awesome episode. I'm Uyi Abraham. So I'm the founder of Vonza.com. That is the all-in-one software to create and sell online. Whether you want to sell courses, community, ebooks, digital products, website, or just want to run your business online. But before Vonza, I was born and raised in Nigeria in Africa. So I came to America a few years ago with just $100 and a suitcase of clothes in search of the American dream, right? But I came here initially to become a medical doctor, but God just had bigger plans for me, which was just entrepreneurship. So from $100 and a suitcase of clothes to now doing multiple millions of dollars a year online, my version of the American dream. So I'm really excited to be here today.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much for that amazing introduction. So I just gotta go ahead and jump in and ask you. You came to America. Well, you spoke English pretty well when you got here, right?
Yes, yes, yes. In Nigeria, you know, Africa is divided. Some parts French is the official language and other stuff, but Nigeria English is the official language. So I spoke English well when I came. I just had a thicker accent at the time, right? I
Right.
still got a little accent, but it's a little better now, right?
Yeah, no. Yeah, you have. Yeah, it's good. It's good. So you came and you said you had 100 US dollars
Yes, and a suitcase of clothes.
and a suitcase of clothes. And
Yes.
you came by yourself?
Yes, I came with my brother, my twin brother. Yeah, so we
Oh,
came
you're
to.
a twin.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, all right. Fraternal or identical?
We're not very identical. So
Okay, fraternal.
we look alike. A lot of people say, "Hey, you guys look alike." Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, so we came here together. My goal was to become a medical doctor. So I came here. I wanted to go to school and all of that good stuff, and I started doing that. But I just found out that you know a doctor is really just a highly paid employee, right? And that's not really what I felt like I wanted to do with my life. I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I wanted to be a philanthropist. I wanted to give back, help people, serve. I also wanted to do ministry too. So I just knew that, the plan that God had for me was to really coach people and also to help people to achieve financial freedom online. And so that was the path I started kind of walking towards a few years after I came to the US.
Love it, love it. Okay, so you set foot on U.S. soil with 100 U.S. dollars, and you managed to, like how the urbanites say, flip that into multiple millions over the past few years. So I'm telling, so the, big gap. So tell me, how do you get from $100 to multiple millions? I want to hear this. So you initially came
Mhm.
and you registered for school. Let's start there.
Yes. Yes. So I registered for school at the time. So I was living with my dad, right, who was also here in the US. So I was with him for about 6 months, right? So within that 6 months, I was able to find a job. My first job, I was working at a movie theater, and I was
Oh,
making about $6.15 an hour. Right. So, and I was also doing ministry as well at the time. I was doing some speaking and all of that good stuff. So I was able to save $600 to buy my first car. And then when I stopped living with my dad, right? So I was living in my car. I stayed lived in my car for a few weeks, right? Until I found another person who was kind of also kind of semi-homeless like me. And we came together and we rented an apartment together. Right. So now I had a place to stay. I also had a car that I bought for $600. And that car was so bad, the Joe Metro, they don't make it anymore. And
Oh
that
my God.
that,
I
that
remember
car
those.
will, yeah, that car will overheat every other day and will need oil. So I gotta literally baptize it with water and oil every day, just to make it work. So from one job to the other, start saving. But my big breakthrough for business came when a friend of mine gifted me a website template, and I started to build it for myself. Then I learned how to build websites. Then I started doing photography, video production, doing events and stuff like that. And so gradually I started just kind of learning entrepreneurship, learning the game, learning how to, run a business, and then from one place to the other to kind of get to where I am today.
Love that. Love that. So the business that you have now, and we want to hear all about it because it's really, really unique. But the
Yeah.
business you had now was not your first business, or was it?
It wasn't. It wasn't. I failed in over 13 businesses, right?
You
Before I
said you
found
feel
success.
that. Say that one more time.
Over 13 businesses. Over 13
Oh,
businesses, right? I've started multiple businesses over time that either failed or had to shut it down for whatever reason until I found financial success online. And I think that's really important because sometimes people they start businesses or it doesn't go as well as they plan. They get discouraged and they just shut down, right? I feel the multiple business, but I never stop. When I fail in one, I learn, then I go to the next one. I learn, I go to the next one until I kind of got to the place now where I felt like I was okay, I'm successful, I'm stable now. And now, running Vonza, which is just doing tremendous things and growing so fast.
wow, 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 wow. So let me back up a little bit. You started
Okay.
the first business, it failed. You started the second business, it failed. You started
Yeah.
the third business, it failed. The
Yeah.
fourth
Yeah.
failed.
But
Fifth,
but let me say it wasn't like just serially failed, right? So, okay, I started with a website design, right? I didn't have the confidence I could pay all my bills because I wasn't paying my bills. So I started doing photography, right? So then I stopped doing website design. So I moved from one to the other, right? So then from one to the other. So it wasn't like I was just failing because I had to pay my bills, right? So website
right.
design was not producing enough finances for me. So I started doing photography and videography. Then from there, I started doing this or that or the other, right? But they were not successful. That was one of the reasons I kept trying to do something else, right?
Right.
Mm,
And this actually, and the reason why I was saying that because you are epitomizing resilience right now.
exactly.
Staying with it. And that's what I wanted to show when I was like 5, 6,
Hmm.
7, 8. So this
Yeah.
definitely, people, when you are listening here, just know that you got to stay in it. So
Yes.
yeah, thank you for sharing that because a lot of people would not say they're like, yeah, I came here, had $100, and then now I am. But then
Yeah.
it was a series of fortification that you had to go through and building that resilience. You want to share more about that?
Yeah, so I mean, I think one of the things that happened to me was that I realized that jobs was not the answer for me.
Ah,
Right. And so when I realized that, so I knew that the next path was entrepreneurship, right? So to me, I had to make it through entrepreneurship or I had nothing else to do. So when the business were not doing well or failing, I continued to like grow in my resilience, in my ability, in my mindset, in my emotions, in my mental capacity, in my spiritual capacity too for business. And I just never stopped because I knew the power of entrepreneurship, the freedom and the resources it can bring for me to do the things I wanted to do, right? And also to I've really spent a lot of time investing in books and tapes and coaching and mentors that really just will rewired my mind that, okay, failure is never final, it's only temporary, right? So just keep going, just keep going, just keep going, just keep going, keep learning. When things doesn't work, I might get sad, but just for a little while. My next thing is that, okay, why didn't it work? What can I learn? Right? And then I see it as, okay, either I'm earning or I'm learning, right? So if I'm not earning, so now, okay, what can I learn from this so that the next one will be better, right? So that's what I've just done over the years. I've always just felt like there's nothing I cannot do or accomplish. If it's something I cannot do, it's because I just haven't become that person yet to be able to handle that. And I just have to keep pushing, and eventually the doors will be open.
Love that. Love that. Okay. I want to back up a little bit because you said something that was powerful and that a lot of individuals in the entrepreneurship space may experience. You said jobs were not for me. Employment is not for me. I cannot work
Yeah,
for somebody. There's a lot of us that say that. Can you speak to what does that mean? Because here's the thing with society, when we leave college or leave our state of where we had our formal or in I'm not formal, our initial education, they said, hey, go to school and get a
right,
job. That was the thing.
right.
For some of us, we say, just as you said, jobs were not for me. So tell us more about that because that's going to resonate with a lot of people.
Yes, yes. So I just knew job was not for me because, the most I was making at the time at my last job was like $12 an hour, right? So imagine trying to live a good life, able to travel, able to take care of my children, my spouse, give to the church, give to the poor with only $12 an hour. So I just did the math. It was really a math thing for me. The math was not mathing, Shanna.
Right.
So I'm like, there's no way I can stay at a job. And that job too, there were people that have been in that job for 20 years and they were not even making $20 an hour at the time. Right. So I just knew even if I stay 20 years at this job, I still can make $20 an hour. I still can make 4,000 a month after 20 years. I said, no, I gotta figure out entrepreneurship. So that's when I really quit my last job and I just went full time into entrepreneurship because most jobs are just not going to be able to create or give you the ability to live the life that you desire or you deserve.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so another powerful thing that you said is failure is not final.
Yeah.
I know that a lot of individuals sometimes believe, hey, this ain't working for me. I'm going to just go ahead and just get comfortable, do what is familiar. What could
Mhm.
you say? What type of advice or encouragement do you have to say about just coming off of a fresh failure,
Yeah.
a fresh drop
Yeah.
in your face, you know?
Yeah, so failure is never final. You just don't stop. You need to have a big why, right? Why for me was financial freedom, right? What is the why for you, right? When you get knocked down, I think it was Les Brown that first said this, right? Les Brown said, when you get knocked down, when you fall, make sure you fall with your face looking up. Because if you can look up, you can get up, right? And if you can get up, you can get it. So, I've always just known that. So I just never stopped. I just kept improving myself, right? Even as I'm talking to you now, I spend hours every day learning, right? Either I'm listening to audio book or listening to something on YouTube or investing in coaching or mentorship or whatever. Because the more I learn, the easier my goals and aspirations would be. So that just be my mindset about this thing. So somebody watching right now, don't stop, right? If things are not working well, is most likely as a factor of two things. One, you've not become that person yet that you want to be able to attract or handle that. Or two, there's something you don't know yet. So that means you need to learn whatever it is you need to learn so that you can get whatever it is you want to get.
Love that. Love that. And I think I really, really appreciate that you say that maybe you're not who you need to be just yet,
Right.
because our life evolves, we evolve. uh,
Right.
that evolution gets to happen for each and every one of us. And so, in your expert opinion, that self evolution, that self,
Yeah.
that period of becoming, how do you explain to someone, what are the next steps in their own personal evolution?
So really good. So the first thing is that you have to know what you want to achieve. What is your goal, right? Is it a financial goal, like okay, 10,000 a month, 100,000 a month, or whatever that would be, right? Or is it to be a doctor, a lawyer, a business person, right? Once you determine what that goal is, then the next step after that is that you need somebody to help you get there, right? I live in Atlanta, Shannon. I've never been to. Let me figure out a place. I've never been to Utah, right? Imagine me just waking up one day and be like, I want to go to Utah and I have no clue how to get there. It's going to take me maybe weeks or months to figure it out, right? But what about if I have a map or a GPS, right? I can just have the map or GPS to guide me. That's what a mentor, a coach does, right? Somebody that have been where you want to be, that have gone where you want to go, that can just guide you and show you how to get there, right? So that would be the most important step. Then, of course, the other things are also very important, like mindset, right? Building up your belief system, right? The reason I was poor and broke for a long time was I just did not believe I would be wealthy. So
Mm.
it took me years to break through from poverty trauma. Growing up in Africa, where I had to walk miles to school, where I didn't sleep on a bed, a real bed, until I came to America. I slept on a mattress on the floor with bed bugs and everything, right? Not having a full boiled egg to myself except Christmas or Easter or something like that. So I had a lot of poverty trauma growing up. So now I'm trying to become wealthy. So it's like my mindset was fighting my desire, right? So I needed time and reinforcement to break those limiting beliefs so I can be the success that I wanted to be. And it does take time, but the key is not stopping, not quitting. Get the help, get the resources you need, and do the self work too that you need to do also too that nobody can do for you. So a combination of all of that. It takes a lot of ingredients to make a soup, right? It's not there's no one trick pony when it comes to success. People say, oh, it's a funnel, a sales script, is a client attraction, is website design, is this, is that. It's not. It's a combination of factors that make a soup. It's not one ingredient only, right? It's the mindset, the belief in yourself, having a goal. It's work ethic too, right? You got to work hard. It's about what you're going to offer to people too. Do you have an offer that people want, right? Are you selling something people don't want from you, right? So it's a combination of all these things that brings success.
Love that. Love that. And it's not just about success either with you. It's not just about 10K months or 20K months or 100 or 200 or 500K months. You have a why, because, you shared with us, and I want to honor that right now, what you experienced while you were back at home.
Yeah,
So, of people that are experiencing the same thing. So you come to America,
yeah.
you build that wealth, and tell everyone what you did. I'm about to just tear up.
So I have a foundation in Africa now. So I give back a lot, right? Those of if anybody want to follow me on Facebook, I'm also going next month, right? I go like 2, 3 times a year. We've adopted over 300 children. They were just like me when I was growing up. No food, no father figure, nobody to pay for education and stuff like that. So we give them free food, scholarships, we pay for teachers, and we rescue young women from the streets, right? Get them out of prostitution and from harm. And we pay for their college education, skills acquisition. We give them small grants to start businesses. That's one way of that's why, to be honest with you, Sean, that's one reason I wanted to be successful, so I can really help people, right? Because I
Right,
mean, how many shirts can I wear? How many watches can I
right.
wear? How many houses or cars, right? But there's so many people that just a little bit can do so much for them, right? And that's why I keep pushing. And even with Vonza, we have put together a certain percentage of our income that goes towards charity, right? Just like you're a Christian, give 10% to God. We're like, okay, we're going to give certain percentage of every revenue that goes straight into charity. It's like a covenant thing we're doing because we believe in helping and giving back.
Love that. And we appreciate that so much. So much. And you don't do this alone. I remember hearing a story that you have an amazing wife that was with you riding
Yeah.
along in that geostorm that needed a baptism, Miss Faith Abraham. And, I really admire her as well. So, you want to share a little bit about her and what she does as you guys couple with ministry and just taking care of people?
Yes, yes. She's amazing. She's God sent. I mean, when she met
I
me
would
and
have
asked me,
left.
I had nothing. I had nothing. Right? I had nothing. I bought a
Right.
wedding dress for $50. Okay, $50 from eBay. Spent $25 to dry clean it, and we had nothing. We go out to eat in a fancy place. Not really fancy places like Olive Garden. I can't even afford two plates of food. We have to get one plate and split it. But
Oh,
she just believed in me and stuck with me. And together, we're running our businesses together, doing charity work, ministry, and everything else, that coaching programs and everything else that God is doing with us today.
right, right. And I love that. I love that so much. I love hearing y'all's story of how you built the empire together and that you now have your certification program. You have I believe we call it SAS now.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
the
SAS
SaaS platform. Yeah.
business as well as the other business, which you did not share with us. So with this, just now you can afford to take her any way that she want to go, at this point. And you guys do not drive anything near. I won't tell anyone what you drive because I know. But if you want to, you can. You drive nothing near a Geo Metro.
No,
It's
no,
called.
that was yes. I
Yeah,
mean, that's just a testament of entrepreneurship and also working hard as well. I mean,
resilient.
from Joe Metro to Rolls Royces, Bentleys, Ferraris. I mean, it's like a dream come true for me, right? And God has blessed us with multiple businesses. I mean, the main one is Vonza.com, V for Victor, Vonza.com. It's an all-in-one SaaS platform to create and sell courses, coaching programs, and run the business online. We also own a webinar software called Webinar Cake. And we also own a Christian university called Higher Place Christian University and a coaching program called Coach CEO. So pretty much about those are the four main things that we do today that is really just making a big impact in the lives of people.
Love it, love it. Well, Miss Dr. Yui, thank you so much because you do have your doctorate. We appreciate everything that you do. Can you let everyone know who wants to connect with you, find out more about what you do, hear more about your story, or support the amazing foundation? Can you tell them how they can get in contact with you?
Amazing. Yes, so I'm Uyi Abraham on all social media platforms. First name is UYI, last name is Abraham. Also, you can also find me on vonza.com, VONZA.com. Those are the two most easy place to find me. So I love to connect with you as well.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on Men and Events. And we will connect with you soon. Everyone, make sure that you connect with Dr. Abraham, and we will see you on the next episode. Bye bye.
All right, bye for now.